Raymond Loewy was a French-born American industrial designer who achieved fame for the magnitude of his design efforts across a variety of industries. He was recognized for this by Time magazine and featured on its cover on October 31, 1949. He spent most of his professional career in the United States. Among his designs were the Shell, Exxon, TWA and the former BP logos, the Greyhound Scenicruiser bus, Coca-Cola vending machines, the Lucky Strike package, Coldspot refrigerators, the Studebaker Avanti and Champion, and the Air Force One livery. He was involved with numerous railroad designs, including the Pennsylvania Railroad GG1 and S1 locomotives, the color scheme and eagle motif for the first streamliners of the Missouri Pacific Railroad and a number of lesser-known color scheme and car interior designs for other railroads. His career spanned 7 decades. The press referred to Raymond Loewy as the man who shaped America, the father of streamlining and the father of industrial design. Early life: born in Paris in 1893, Loewy was the son of Maximilien Loewy, a Jewish journalist of Austrian origin, and a French mother, Mme. Marie Lebaum. Loewy achieved an early accomplishment with the design of a successful model aircraft, which then won the Gordon Bennett Cup in 1908. By the following year, he had commercial sales of the plane, named the Aérole. Loewy served in the French Army during World War I, attaining the rank of captain. He was wounded in combat and received the Croix de Guerre. Career: early work: in Loewy's early years in the United States, he lived in New York and found work as a window designer for department stores, including Macy's, Wanamaker's and Saks, in addition to working as a fashion illustrator for Vogue and Harper's Bazaar. In 1929 he received his first industrial design commission to contemporize the appearance of a duplicating machine by Gestetner. Further commissions followed, including work for Westinghouse, the Hub Motor Company, and styling the Coldspot refrigerator for Sears Roebuck. It was this product that established his reputation as an industrial designer. He opened a London office in the mid-1930s that continues to operate. Pennsylvania Railroad: in 1937, Loewy established a relationship with the Pennsylvania Railroad, and his most notable designs for the firm were their passenger locomotives. He designed a streamlined shroud for K4S Pacific No. 3768 to haul his newly redesigned 1938 Broadway Limited. He followed by styling the experimental S1 locomotive, as well as the T1 class. Later, at the PRR's request, he restyled Baldwin's diesels with a distinctive shark nose reminiscent of the T1. While he did not design the famous GG1 electric locomotive, he improved its appearance by recommending welded construction rather than riveted and added a pinstriped paint scheme to highlight its smooth contours. In addition to locomotive design, Loewy's studios performed many kinds of design work for the Pennsylvania Railroad, including stations, passenger car interiors, and advertising materials. By 1949, Loewy employed 143 designers, architects and draftsmen. His business partners were A. Baker Barnhart, William Snaith and John Breen. Studebaker. Loewy had a long and fruitful relationship with American carmaker Studebaker. Studebaker first retained Loewy and Associates and Helen Dryden as design consultants in 1936, and in 1939 Loewy began work with the principal designer Virgil M. Kshner. Their designs first began appearing with the late 1930s Studebakers. Loewy also designed a new logo which replaced the turning wheel, which had been the trademark since 1912. During World War II, American government restrictions on in-house design departments at Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler prevented official work on civilian automobiles. Because Loewy's firm was independent of the fourth largest automobile producer in America, no such restrictions applied. This permitted Studebaker to launch the first all-new Pasteur automobile in 1947, 2 years ahead of the Big Three. His team developed an advanced design featuring flush front fenders and clean rearward lines. The Loewy staff, headed by Kshner, also created the Starlight body, which featured a rear window system wrapping 180 degrees around the rear seat. In addition to the iconic bullet-nosed Studebakers of 1950 and 1951, The team created the 1953 Studebaker line, highlighted by the Starliner and Starlight coupes. The Starlight has consistently ranked as one of the best-designed cars of the 1950s in lists compiled since by Collectible Automobile, Car and Driver, and Motor Trend. The 53 Starliner, recognized today as one of the most beautiful cars ever made, was radical in appearance, as radical in its way as the 1934 Airflow. However, it was beset by production problems. To brand the new line, Loewy also contemporized Studebaker's logo again by applying the Lazy S element. His final commission of the 1950s for Studebaker was the transformation of the Starlight and Starliner coupes into the Hawk series for the 1956 model year. The photo to the right actually shows a Starliner hardtop which does not have the C-pillar. In the spring of 1961, Studebaker's new president, Sherwood Egbert, recalled Loewy to design the Avanti. Egbert hired him to help energize Studebaker's soon-to-be-released line of 1963 passenger cars to attract younger buyers. Despite the short 40-day schedule allowed to produce a finished design and scale model, Loewy agreed to take the job. He recruited a team consisting of experienced designers, including former Loewy employees John Epstein, Bob Andrews, and Tom Kellogg, a young student from the Art Center College of Design in Pasadena. The team was sequestered in a house leased for the purpose in Palm Springs, California. Each team member had a role. Andrews and Kellogg handled sketching, Epstein oversaw the project, and Loewy was the creative director and offered advice. Personal life: Loewy retired at the age of 87 in 1980 and returned to his native France. Death and legacy: Loewy died in his Monte Carlo residence in 1986. He was raised in Catholic faith and upon his passing, was buried in the cemetery of a Roman Catholic church of Rochefort-en-Yvelines in France. He was survived by his wife Viola, and their daughter Laurence. Foundation: in 1992 Viola and Laurence Loewy, with the support of British American Tobacco, established the Raymond Loewy Foundation in Hamburg, Germany. The foundation was established to promote the discipline of industrial design internationally and preserve the memory of Raymond Loewy. An annual award of $50,000 is granted to outstanding designers in recognition of their lifetime achievements. Notable grantees include Karl Lagerfeld, Philippe Starck and Dieter Rams. Design Center and Museum: in 1998, Laurence Loewy established Loewy Design in Atlanta, Georgia to manage her father's continued interests in the United States. Laurence died of natural causes October 15, 2008 and is survived by her husband David Hageman and son Jack Loewy. David Hageman, CEO of Loewy Design and representative for the estate of Raymond Loewy, manages daily activities and is directly involved in museum planning. The Loewy family's collection of archives are currently being restored, catalogued and photographed for future events and fundraisers. Fundraising efforts have begun to build the Raymond Loewy Museum of Industrial Design, a 501c3 non-profit, originally envisioned by Laurence Loewy. Google Doodle: on November 5, 2013, Loewy was honored with a Google Doodle depicting a streamlined locomotive bearing a resemblance to the K4S Pacific No. 3768 shroud design, using the wheels of the train to form the word Google. Loewy Designs: 1900s, aerial aircraft, 1909, 1920s, Jestedner mimeograph duplicating machine shell, 1929, 1930s. Boeing 307 A Euro interior of the Boeing 307 owned by Howard Hughes, International Harvester Farmall Tractor Letter Series, 1939 A Euro 1954, International Harvester Metro, light and medium-duty vans and trucks, 1938, Pennsylvania Railroad, Piara K4S steam locomotive, Piara S1 steam locomotive, Piara T1 steam locomotive, Piara GG1 electric locomotive. Sears products, including 1935 Sears Coldspot refrigerator, 1940s. Electrolux L300 refrigerator, 1940, Missouri Pacific Railroad Eagle Streamliner colors and car interiors, 1940, Harley-Davidson components of the 1941 74 FL Knucklehead, Skig Electric Razor, 1941, Lucky Strike, White Package, 1942 Electrolux Floor Polisher Model B6, 1944, Fairbanks Moore Series built, and C-Liner models, Model H10-44 and H20-44, and early Model H12-44, H12-46, H15-44, H16-44, and H16-66 diesel locomotives, Hallicrafters Model S38 shortwave radio, 1946, Loewy Lincoln Continental, 1946, Fairbairn Maestro Jukebox, 1947 Studebaker Champion, 1947 Baldwin Locomotive Works Model Drive 4-4-15 Sharknose diesel locomotives, 1949, IBM 026 Keypunch, 1949, Norfolk and Western Railway Roanoke, Virginia Station renovation, 1949. The building is included in the Norfolk and Western Railway Company Historic District, listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1999. 1950s. Lionel's No. 497 coal loader, 1950, Greyhound Lines Coach PD 4501 Scenicruiser, 1951. The International Harvester IH Man on a Tractor logo, 1952. Peace, 1952, Studebaker Commander, 1953, Northern Pacific Railway, Vista Dome North Coast Limited, 1954. Coca-Cola redesign of the original contour bottle, eliminating Coca-Cola embossing and adding vivid white Coca-Cola lettering, designed and introduced first king-size or slenderized bottles, that is, 10, 12, 16 and 26 ounces. Later, in 1960, he designed the first Coke steel can with diamond design. Rosenthal Sunburst Modern China Set 1956. Hillman Minx Automobile, Series 1 onward, 1956 Euro 1959. Sunbeam Alpine Automobile, Series 1 onward, 1959 to 1967. Scott Atwater Royal Scott outboard motor made by McCulloch, 1957, 500 series of Cockshut tractors, 1958, Le Creuset Cockle, 1958, Leisharama Holmes, 1959, Dorset Recreational Boats, 1959, TWA Twin Globes logo, 1959, 1960s. Air Force One's distinctive blue, white and chrome livery, 1962. Variations on Loewy's original design are today flown by most of the U.S. Air Force's fleet of VIP aircraft, including the military VC models of 747s, 757s, 737s, and Gulfstreams. A similar livery was applied in 2006 to Union Pacific diesel locomotive No. 4141 to honor former President George H. W. Bush. Union News Restaurants, Coffee Shop, at the TWA Flight Center, Idlewild, circa 1962, Studebaker Avanti, 1963, United States Coast Guard Racing Stripe Service Mark, 1964, 5 cents John Kennedy postage stamp, 1964, DF 2000 line of modern furniture, 1965, Exxon logo, 1966, New York City Transit Authority of 40 car, whose slanted front-end design had to be retrofitted with guide and guard rails, along with pantograph gates due to safety concerns, 1967. Lucky Strike Holiday Carton, Box Art, Christmas 1967, Chubb logo, 1968, Elmer's Lotus Compact Sewing Machine. In the Design Collection of New York's Museum of Modern Art, 1968. SPAR logo, 1968, 1970s, United States Postal Service Eagle logo, 1970, Shell logo, 1971, Air France Concorde interior, 1975, NASA's Skylab space station, first interior design standards for space travel including a porthole to allow a view of Earth from space, interior designs and color schemes, a private area for each crew member to relax and sleep, food table and trays, coveralls, garment storage modules, designs for waste management, Norfolk scope, hallmark and logo, work in years or models unknown, Frigidaire refrigerators, ranges, and freezers, Panama Pacific Line, Loewy designed the interiors. For a trio of American-built cargo liners named the SS Ancon, SS Cristobal and SS Panama. Wolliver Sharp Symphony Fountain Pen. Dorset Catalina, a popular early fiberglass pleasure boat. Published books, The Locomotive, Its Aesthetics ISBN 978-0876636763, Never Leave Well Enough Alone ISBN 0-8018-7211-1, Industrial Design ISBN 0-87951-260-1. See also, Norman Bell Geddes, Streamline Modern, Design Era. References. Further reading, Bailey, Stephen. The Lucky Strike Packet, Art Books International Limited ISBN 3-9317-72-2, Biars, Mal. Loewy, Raymond. An American National Biography, American Council of Learned Societies, Porter, Glenn. Raymond Loewy Designs for the Consumer Culture, Hagley Museum and Library ISBN 0-1914650-34-3, Schoenberger, Angela. Raymond Loewy, Pioneer of American Industrial Design, Prestel Publishing ISBN 3-7913-1449-1, Tra Copyright Tiac, Philip. Raymond Loewy and Streamline Design, New York, Universe ISBN 0-7893-0328-0. External links, Loewy Group Marketing Agency, a Euro site of original Loewy design firm, now a marketing and design agency subsidiary owned by Rittel Holdings, Limited. LoewyMuseum.org, a Euro official site of the forthcoming Raymond Loewy Museum and Library. RaymondLoewy.com, a Euro official site website of Raymond Loewy. RaymondLoewy.org, a Euro official site of Loewy Design, LLC, the Raymond Loewy Foundation, Raymond Loewy Tribute Site, Raymond Loewy Archive at Hagley Museum and Library. This collection consists of Loewy's personal papers, business records, and materials generated and maintained by Loewy's New York Public Relations Department, as well as some of Viola Loewy's personal papers. Raymond Loewy Collection of Photographs and Audio-Visual Materials at Hagley Museum and Library. This collection is composed of images of design work Loewy and his firm conducted for corporate American and foreign clients. Loewy's personal photographs. And his speeches and interviews. Raymond Loewy Miscellany at Hagley Museum and Library. The collection consists of magazine advertisements, photos and postcard views of Loewy designs, product brochures, and a group of publications by and about Loewy. There is also a small group of artifacts. Raymond Loewy at Find a Grave.